Hey J-Bo, congrats. Just talk about how it felt to score. You've waited a while for this goal and get it in such a way you did. Talk about how important it was not just to get the point, but for yourself to finally get on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think it was really important. Strikers are players that thrive on confidence and sometimes overthink situations when things aren't going their way. So there had been different opportunities, different degrees of difficulty throughout the beginning of the season, but to get this one at the moment that I got it was something that's going to help me a lot moving forward, and hopefully I can get back into a good rhythm there. Continue to help the team from wherever I am, and we can move on in a fashion that we get more points, because obviously a tough place to play. We don't usually win in Houston, but we need to be getting 3 points as much as possible.
All right, next we'll go to Kyle Garcia.
Jeremy, congrats on the goal. I was kind of wondering, in a game like this, where it's a bit of a tale of two halves with the struggles in the first half, but then the second half, it was one of the best halves I think you guys have played all season long. How does it feel in these kinds of matches where you have a great second half like that, knowing that you can at least come away with a point? Does that feel like a win, or does it, in a sense, or does it almost feel like it's like, oh man, we should have just been doing this in the first half? How does it kind of feel in matches like this?
Yeah, given the circumstances, to tie it up in the 91st minute, it's going to feel like a very good moment. Not exactly a win, but close to the feeling of a win. Ultimately, we put ourselves in difficult positions with the lack of attention to detail or the proactivity in certain moments. So we can't continue to dig holes for ourselves. But with that said, as a team that believes in each other at any moment, no matter what the scoreline is, whether we're down 3-0 or 2-0 as it was today, we believe that we can get a point or three. And you need moments like these throughout the year to know that when you're facing such adversity in the Houston and the humidity, those are the kinds of moments that will carry you forward when you are facing tough moments in big games.
All right, we'll take a few more questions. Next, we'll go to Caitlin Murray.
Jeremy, there was a bit of a narrative last season of you guys conceding late goals, and now this season you've been waging comebacks. You've had a late goal like you did today to salvage a point. How important is that for confidence, and how does that help you build momentum to kind of have that attitude that this is the type of team we are compared to last season where there was the problem with the late goals?
Yeah, I think we've come to the realization that the late goals should be a characteristic of our team. And they cost us too many points, and frankly, they cost us the end of our year as well. With that said, we know how detrimental it is for the morale to concede those goals. So when we see a team is under pressure, we keep going until the end, and if we're able to get that go-ahead goal or that comeback goal, it's something that brings about good feelings in the group, but it's on us to mentally and proactively carry that momentum, because it's not just going to come naturally. Minnesota's not going to care that we had momentum at the end of the Houston game. It's on us to recreate the quality of play that we had at the end of this game. And thankfully, we'll be at home behind our supporters who will bring the energy as they always do. So that's something that we're looking forward to coming back.
Next, we'll go to Kyle Pinnell.
Hey, Jeremy, congrats on the goal. You guys played with a back five today, and Gio was talking about some of the adjustments made at halftime and bringing Valerian the link to play from defense to attack. And I'm curious for you at striker, what are some of the differences when you don't have a Valerian and you're tasked with dropping a little deeper, and then for you in the second half, having a player like Valeria to link up with and playing in that way? How has that changed for you with your movements and any of that?
Yeah, I think when you have a creator underneath you, it gives you the freedom to find different spaces and to let the game kind of come to you, as opposed to you dropping back and finding the game, which, as a striker, if you're coming deep, you might be able to relieve some pressure for the team and allow them to build with an extra piece. But at the end of the day, you're creating more separation between yourself and the goal. And so that's definitely the benefit of having a guy like Valeria, a guy like Blanco, who's in the game providing service for, whether it's myself, Espria, whoever might be in those advanced positions. We just know that our responsibility shifts. It becomes about finding the final space to create the goal, as opposed to being more of a link-up piece. And sometimes that means that you're going to go minutes without touching the ball. Maybe more. You're going to get a few touches, but if you get those pivotal touches at the end of the game and the ones that result in goals or assists, then it'll have been worth it for as far as the movement's concerned.
And we'll wrap with one final question from Richard Farley.
Jeremy, I just asked Dyron a question that was similar to one you got about what was the difference between the team and the two halves. But I kind of want to step back and question my presumption there. When do you think the team started to get more hold on the game, and why do you think the game started to change at that point?
For me, it doesn't really matter how one team is playing or who's the stronger team. If you're winning and you pick up an early lead, naturally you're gonna find yourself on the back foot, whether that's self-inflicted or whether that's the other team finding their rhythm, which I think was the case for our guys. The team that's down is going to play with a little bit more urgency. And so for the turning point to me in the game felt like when Dyron scored that goal. It was a brilliant counterattack off a corner kick. And again, I know when we have an attacking corner kick, if that results in a goal against, that's unacceptable. And that definitely gets the confidence a little bit questioning. And so then with the subs that we made, guys bringing fresh energy and continuing to elevate with their quality and energy and freshness, we were able to find some more chances and put them in even more dangerous spots, so that by the end of the game, you saw them dropping their lines even deeper and dropping even more numbers into the box and really feeling as if it's 2-1, we got to hold on to the point, instead of it's 2-1, we got to go find and kill the game off with a third goal. And so that to me was the difference, and those were the key turning points when Dyron scored, and us being able to capitalize on that mental fragility in that moment.